This is a report on my leadership project.
Uh, what happened on your project?
Well, me and Johanna teamed up and presented our work we did a screening to a class of Year 9 media students and afterwards we had a Q&A.
And how else did you share your skills with them?
We showed our film and then we told them information about how we went about filming and, or in our case, because we're editors, editing. And also the questions which they asked afterwards, they were about the process which we took in creating our films, and through that we were able to inform them about other things which we may not have said in the presentation.
What was your role in the process?
I took on the role of creating the feedback forms and also presenting.
So what did you do to fulfill your role?
I had to create some questionnaires in order for them to answer afterwards, so we could find out whether or not we were successful, that we met our aim. And our aim was to inform them about the film industry and pathways which they could possibly go down if they want to get into the industry.
And and thinking about what you wanted to say as well, a little bit.
Yeah.
What did you enjoy most about organising your arts activity?
I enjoyed working with Johanna because I didn't really talk. Before this, I didn't really talk to her much, and now I actually learned some things in the process. Because she took up the same role as me, so I was able to find out any challenges she had.
As an editor?
Yeah, as an editor, and also how she went about doing what she did as an editor. So yeah.
And what did you find most difficult about organising your project?
Just making sure that we keep the audience engaged, really. We didn't want it to be us just standing there talking at them and them not taking anything in.
What was the feedback from your participants?
Well, the teacher, after we presented, had told us that we had done a good job of presenting, and also afterwards, during the week and in and out of school, the students that were in the class had come up to me saying about how they liked the presentation, and also asking more questions about the industry.
Great. Do you feel that your event was appropriate for the audience?
Yeah, we had to make sure that it was appropriate. We had a choice between presenting to a Year 7 group and a Year 9 group, and we had chose the Year 9 group as it was more suitable for them, because my film is centered around the issue of suicide, and I think that would be more age appropriate if it was presented to Year 9 students rather than Year 7 students.
And what did you think about the feedback that the students gave you? Are you happy with that?
Yeah, it was pretty much what we were hoping to get back from them. So yeah, I'm really happy with that.
Sounds like they were quite interested and wanted to find out more, which is good. How do you feel that you demonstrated good planning skills?
Well, me and Johanna equally split the roles in planning the event. She got the location, I set up like how we're gonna collect our information and things like that. So yeah, it was equally split between us.
And you mentioned you had a difficulty with one aspect of planning because you were hoping to visit more than one class.
Yeah. Initially, we were hoping on doing at least one class in both schools because our school is split amongst two schools. However, because my teacher had a long time to get back to me, and we just kind of wanted to get it out of the way quick so we can hopefully go on and do the presentation to more classes. We wasn't able to. However, we still managed to do it to the one class, and the feedback we got from them was pretty good.
Communication skills, how did you demonstrate that?
Yeah, like it was. I had to be. Me and Johanna had to be contacting each other all the time if we had done anything, if we had any ideas, or things we should do in order to get more information and to get the presentation done as soon as possible. And also in the class, just communicating to the class, making sure that they're not bored, stuff.
How did you work with others to organise your project?
Just working with Johanna really to sort out the venue, sort out who's going to take what role, what's going to be done, so that there's no errors when we're presenting, and also communication with the teachers, so we can know whether it's like whether the classes are available.
Great. And did you have to use any problem-solving skills?
Yeah, from the very beginning actually, because I was planning on doing it on my own, presenting to an A-level class. However, that wasn't possible to do because like the timing was really off. So like me and Johanna decided to team up and do it together. So, yeah.
And that ties in nicely to the next one. Did you have to use any leadership skills in your project?
Yeah, we took control of the situation like really well. It wasn't so much as one person does everything while the other person does a little. We kind of just split the roles equally, and yeah, like also controlling the class, making sure that they weren't, misbehaving or anything. So yeah.
Did you have to be flexible at all? We were talking about sort of facing that problem of not being able to work on your own, so sort of taking the initiative and approaching Johanna and sorting out to work with her.
Yeah, we had to find a time where we were both available so we can do it together. Like, yeah, it was really the process was kind of quick because we communicated a lot. So yeah, we were able to find that out.
Yeah, that's good. What have you learnt about your art form, or sort of knowledge you've gained about putting on an arts event from this experience?
Yeah, that there's a lot of planning that has to go into it, such as making sure that the presentation is age appropriate for the audience that we're presenting to. Like, yeah, and just making sure that they're engaged. We just don't want to be standing there for like 30 minutes just talking at them because they won't take anything in. So yeah, just to make sure that it was as enjoyable as possible, and also it informative, that they gain knowledge from it.
And that's good communication skills as well, sort of like communicating at their level
Yeah.
as well. And like you said about the film as well, did you have to think about how age appropriate that was?
Yeah, we had to think about whether or not we should be showing this to them. Will it apply to them? Like, will they be able to understand and, you know, recognize the message behind the film, and yeah, why we're showing it to them.
What would you do differently next time?
Next time I would ask the teachers in advance so that we could possibly show it to more classes, and yeah, also, yeah. That's what
And you were talking about maybe doing more practical.
Yes, yes. Just making sure that they get involved more, they get more hands-on with more of the equipment, so that because I think that they'll gain more knowledge that way by actually doing it rather than just hearing it.
So maybe having a workshop session at some point as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you said, maybe being even more ambitious with your project and taking it around the school
Yeah.
to every class.